Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and there have been 3 pretty significant email-related disasters around Wizards of the Coast lately, and I'm just going to throw them all into one video because I can't just be making one video per disaster, okay? YouTube doesn't like it if you upload more than 3 videos in a day. I can't keep up. Speaking of disasters, enjoy the gameplay in this video. So, number 1, there were 2 different reports on Reddit of 2 different people saying, I registered a brand new email account, okay? I used it only, exclusively to order Secret Lair products or to contact Wizards of the Coast support. That's it. Didn't disclose it anywhere, didn't copy and paste it anywhere on the open web, nothing that would attract spam. And yet, all of a sudden, they're getting really weird, obnoxious, scam emails and spam and that kind of stuff. So that doesn't just happen. And I think these are like Gmail accounts, so they obviously aren't, getting hacked or leaking your address to some, criminal or borderline criminal spam list. So there's really only 4 explanations for this. 1, the person actually used it somewhere else in some sketchy forum or to order, printer ink from some sketch website, and then they sold it to somebody else. Both people in these cases are saying, no, that is not the case. They both assure people they registered it solely to order that product, which seems odd that they would do that, but okay. Number 2, they just publicly disclosed it on the internet, just straight up, got it scraped by a bot because on some forum they pasted, here's my email, which these people seem smarter than that. I'm just going to put it that way. They seem to have enough technical knowledge to say, hey, I think this is what happened and trust me, I got this on lockdown and I'll take their word for it. They don't seem careless and they don't seem new to the internet, you know what I mean? So option 3 is somebody involved has really crappy terms of service and it just says we can sell your contact information to third-party marketers and you're just going to have to deal with it. They just, in their privacy policy, said we can sell your contact information to third-party marketers. They take the whole list, sell them for 5 cents an email address to anybody who wants to pay, and then that's it. They don't care after that. And then you get spammed to oblivion because criminal spam rings will buy the lists. You have to be a pretty shady company to do that, and I don't think Wizards of the Coast would be like, yeah, we need that extra $1,000 or whatever horribly insignificant amount it would be. But if it was a third party, that's a different story. So I should add in option 3 here, if I'm counting correctly, is the person has malware on their phone, they have malware on their computer, they have malware as a browser plugin, and that intercepted their email address. With the amount of malicious plugins that I've seen on people's computers just randomly and stuff, I would almost lean towards that. Some fake spell checker, some fake whatever PDF printer converter, most people aren't that stupid, but some of these are pretty subtle, and so a lot of them work correctly as what they said they are, but then also they track you and steal your email address. Not your password, just your email address. They're just scraping that, selling it, and that's how their free app makes money. So watch out for that. And, maybe the person has a compromised router. I mean, anything, their system, their software, their browser, plugins, phone, whatever, maybe that has malware. That's what was responsible for this. I wouldn't rule it out. I'd almost say that's the most likely in this case. So number 4 and 5 are they got hacked or they, I guess, purposely sold the list? No, I think I already said that one. I don't know. I think we're just on number 4. When in any of my videos have I ever counted correctly? I should just stop trying. Anyway, yeah, if you've got a big e-commerce thing, you got a database, you got, what do they call it, a CRM, a customer relation manager, which is just, contacts information, and then the e-commerce system is all the orders in that. If it got hacked, yep, somebody got a hold of that email list, sold it on the dark web, and now 10 different spammers have it. I mean, that's just it. That's pretty likely, and I think in America, still, legally, you don't have to disclose if that happened. It's it's got to be a certain size, and it has to involve, financial information, and then you have to let people know or something. I don't know. The laws are bouncing around, and every time a Democrat gets in office, they put a kibosh on all that. Not that the Republicans are not too old and stupid to know anything about technology or pass any proper laws about it, because they absolutely are as well. I hate pretty much all politicians. So yeah, an undisclosed hack, I could see it. But remember, this isn't just one person reporting that this happened, it's 2. Now, another person suggested, hey, Wizards of the Coast doesn't run the Secret Lair stuff, all the e-commerce and all the handling. And it's also, I believe, not Hasbro's toy fulfillment warehouse thing either, which, hello, existing infrastructure. They're claiming it's, I think they wrote Scale Fest. I believe it's Scale Fast. And I looked it up a long time ago. Scale Fast is owned by Hasbro. So is it a third party? I mean, not really. It seems to just be a branch of Hasbro. Now, I'm just going off of the word from some rando on Reddit saying, oh, Scalefast, I looked them up and they're owned by Hasbro. I think they provided proof, but now I went to their website, scalefast.com, and they say absolutely nothing about it and claim they were founded in 2014. And the word Hasbro doesn't even occur on their website. So did Hasbro acquire them, or was the person just wrong? And apparently they run e-commerce for L'Oreal, Sega, Square Enix, and Logitech. So I don't know. I mean, and their American headquarters is in El Segundo, California. So I have my doubts about this being related in any way to Hasbro. Well, on one of the sub pages, a pretty hidden page for Secret Lair, there are some disclosures required by UK law. So it says the merchant's authorized reseller which operates the website Scalefast SAS, a French company having its registered office at 9 Rue Anatole de la Forge, Paris, France. Okay, and that's just the disclosure of who the reseller is. So a French company that also operates in the US? Well, I mean, their own website says they have a European HQ, an American HQ, and a French office. So I think we can settle on they're an unrelated third party, and they're just handling e-commerce and maybe shipping and fulfillment too? I don't know. Anybody who ordered any Secret Lair ever, what does the return address say? What's the address? Where is it located? What's the name of the company? And remember, they can put Wizards of the Coast on it, on the return address, and that doesn't mean shit. I want to know what the address is, because that'll reveal, is it in Seattle or is it in California, So with only 2 people claiming this, it's a lot more than 1 person claiming this, but it's a lot less than 30 people claiming this. So I don't know. I'd stop just short of accusing, Wizards of the Coast or one of their reseller, contractor, fulfillment, e-commerce platforms getting hacked, but it's awfully suspicious. And if their email addresses got hacked, that means the usernames and the mailing addresses probably got hacked too. So that's bad. I will say, though, that companies that operate in general in the European Union are usually subject to more strict laws about disclosing data breaches. So if Scalefast was hacked, we probably would have heard about it. So moving on to disaster number 2, with a 6-month gap of order to actually shipping these damn Secret Lairs because of all the delays and lies and their inability to produce a product that they said they would, Wizards decided due to ongoing problems that they would they would offer people to bill them right before it ships. In case something changes, they can kind of duck out. I don't know if that's exactly how they phrased it. But if somebody's financial situation changes, I think they maybe had mentioned that, but they don't want people just, they ran it off, they printed it, and now somebody backs out. That's bad. Especially since they can't, sell it anywhere else because they called it an exclusive product. But honestly, I think this is mostly just a problem with people moving and stuff. So right before it's about to ship, a week or 2 out, they say, okay, it's ready. It's all set to go. Now we're going to hit your preferred payment method. So please make sure it's still correct. It's not an expired credit card. Your debit card didn't, you didn't move banks or whatever. Because, anything could happen in 6 months, especially people moving to a new apartment or house. So they send you an email saying, hey, verify all this. Not verify it and then we'll run it. It's hey, FYI, on this date, we are going to bill your card. So if you need to change something, do it. Otherwise, we're just going to do this automatically. So you don't need to approve the order. But the email that people got for the anniversary one, I believe it was, I don't know, one of them, it said, we are going to hit your payment method on, and then the date was in the past. I think it was 2 days before the email got sent out. So anybody who's oh, that card's expired, oh, I don't use that anymore, oh, I closed that account, oh, I changed banks, uh-oh. So everybody went into full panic mode, although I will say that the email clearly states, if payment fails, we'll let you address it. You got some leeway time. Okay, we'll email you if anything goes wrong. So even though the date was in the past, okay, whatever. Turns out they basically just got the date wrong, allegedly, according to them. And so I guess they sent a correction email shortly after everybody freaked out that said, oh, here's the actual date. It's actually February 11th. Oopsies, sorry. So yeah, just give everybody a short panic attack, make them start looking into stuff for 30 minutes and get an automated non-response from customer service. That's always fun. That's a great way to run a business. So that was disaster number 2, making all the customers panic, unless they're just oh, that's funny, the date's in the past, haha, whatever, that's still a valid email, whatever, I don't care. Or, a valid payment method, who cares? So disaster number 3, because it's not over yet, a lot of people, if not all people, who didn't order the full super drop, so like the pack of like 7 or whatever. They just ordered, 1 or 2 or whatever of the products. They got an email saying, "Thank you for your order of the entire super drop. We will be debiting your account or hitting your payment method or whatever shortly." And then the entire email was blank. It was just a background image. So the first one was like, okay, it could cause some distress in a small amount of people and it's an embarrassment. They corrected it shortly. This one is like, hey, there's like a $300 product that you didn't order and we just sent you a blank email saying that you ordered it and we're going to hit your account on who the hell knows because the email's blank. Have fun. Hope we don't overdraft your account. Oh, that would piss me off. Oh boy. Let me just take the opportunity here to say that if you want to get a credit card, no joke, with like amazing customer support, like you call them, you are getting a human who speaks flawless English, who lives in America, understands everything about the company, and has full authorization and rights to do like anything and actually solve your problem. Like quickly too. Ditch Visa. MasterCard is an SJW shithole. Go for Discover. Visa's customer support and hold times are awful. The 2 or 3 times I've had to deal with them over some dispute, a chargeback or a stolen credit card number, whatever, they were terrible. Absolutely terrible. They basically like blamed me and like were making jokes about the place, the name of the company where my card was stolen at. Or they cloned my card. Somebody got a hold of it because some shitty, believe it or not, printer ink company had a breach, didn't tell everybody about it until later, and then they stole my credit card, cloned it, and used it at a shop out in Detroit, which has a very embarrassing name and sells very embarrassing products, let's put it that way. And they decided it was appropriate to make jokes about it. Like, not funny at all, accusatory jokes. Like, things about my orientation, which I didn't appreciate. Honestly, the person should have been fired. Visa. Their garbage support. Their 30-minute hold times. Go to Discover. Let me just say, I applied for a small loan at my bank in order to buy Bitcoins and Bitcoin mining rigs, which, by the way, I did do separately. I actually didn't get approved for the loan because I work at YouTube. Figuratively, not literally. Yeah, they don't like the 1099 workers at the loan underwriters. But as soon as I got home, boom, Discover sent me an email. Hey, somebody applied for a loan in your name. We just thought with our credit monitoring that you get completely for free. Yeah, we thought we'd notify you of it. Literally free credit like fraud monitoring. They also scan the dark web for leaks, your social security. If they find it anywhere in any database that got leaked to the internet, they will let you know immediately. You can look up your credit score monthly for free, and it's a soft hit. It doesn't affect it. And best of all, right now, get this. If you guys sign up specifically with my link in the description and get approved to make one purchase of any size once in the first 90 days, I believe it is, you get a free $50 statement credited directly to the card. And remember, no Discover cards have an annual fee. This is not Amex. This is Discover. So even if you intend to just hold it and never use it, which, by the way, having an open credit thing that you never use ever is immensely beneficial to your credit score. It's revolving credit and age of account that is a factor. So if you're using 0% of your revolving credit, that looks really good on a credit score. So, I mean, whether you're like, you know what, screw my Visa, I'm going to go to Discover. They have better benefits, better customer support, better fees, better rewards, especially. You get 5% per category in like a 3-month rotating category thing. One time I got several $100s in free cash back, believe it or not. Or if you're just like, you know what, I should open up a second account just to, make my credit history look good and, eventually have like a 5-year-old account that has a 0 balance, which is, quite nice. Plus I'd like $50 free. That sounds great. And then just, stuff the card in your car in case you forget your wallet when you go get gas. Either way, it's going to benefit you heavily. There's really no reason not to sign up. So go check out the link down in the description. And pick up your Discover card today because especially in 2021, you never know when some big expense might come up. Some big medical thing or some emergency supplies you need, or you lose your job, or the economy tanks, or gas hits $5 a gallon, all of which will probably happen. It's always nice to have that fallback just in case. So anyway, little ad spot over there. Sorry if I went off on a bit of a tangent, but I really, really hate Visa, and I really, really like Discover. You should see the sponsorships I turned down. Also, they're not technically sponsoring me. It's an affiliate link. They don't know that I'm even saying any of this. In fact, they probably don't even approve of my channel. So I guess what happened here, I'm kind of hearing this from like, secondary sources and from like, replies on Reddit and like individuals with nobody to back it up. But I guess they sent out an email clarifying it, or bare minimum, if people wrote into the customer support, they said, oh no, that email was incorrect. Here's your actual order history. Let us know if there's a problem. Something like that. So basically, like, yeah, we're not actually going to, bill you and send you a product that you didn't order that costs 7 times as much, which is good. But let me just call back to the, it wasn't quite a secret lair. What did they call those things? I thought it was like Ultimate something. I don't remember, but Mythic Edition, is that what it was? I think they even changed the name. Remember that when they tried to do it on their own? And their e-commerce platform just absolutely tanked because I think the first one they used was the Hasbro one, and they said don't use it. Every time Hasbro launches anything hot, it crashes and turns into a disaster. Well, it turns out it crashed and turned into a disaster, and they in fact could not handle the traffic, as everybody warned them. The second one, I think they added a queuing system and more servers or changed the e-commerce platform or something, and that was still a disaster. And then the third one they tried on eBay, and that ended up with a lawsuit, which unfortunately Wizards won. But yeah, they lied about the count, the quantity, then manipulated it, then lowered it, and it was just a whole thing. Oh, and then they relisted it after it was already sold out, I think. I think those are 2 different incidents. But the first time ever they did it, it was even worse. So I got to tell this story. Basically, people were getting hung up on the final, enter your credit card and we're going to charge it and then, okay, you're good. And they were getting confirmation emails or they weren't, or it was inconsistent. But a lot of people, what the end result is they got hit for 6, 7, 8 charges for the same product because it went through multiple times because the page kept freezing up. And it wasn't like they were sitting there spamming refresh. Everybody knows in the middle of a purchase, don't hit refresh. Everybody knows that. Basically, it was just the page would time out, so they'd hit back and then resubmit it. But it actually went through, but it didn't send the email right away. So people were like, well, the order didn't go through, so they'd try it again. And remember, these products were $350 a piece, $400 a piece or something like that, $200, $250. It was a lot. So people were getting hit on their credit card for $3,000, $4,000, which not everybody has that kind of limit, and God help you if it was a debit card, because then you're just overdrafted. So they tried to make up for it and compensate, and it's not like they were okay, we'll cover all your bank fees. No, they didn't go that far, but I think they offered people, one was uncut sheets that were worth a ton, another one was a whole nother product or something. I don't remember, it was a while ago, and they screwed up so many times they'll kind of run together in my head. But yeah, on the list of things you really don't want to do as an e-commerce platform or really any kind of online vendor or business of any kind, about a 9 would be charge them so many times that you overdraft their account or blow the limit on their credit card. And a 10 would be insinuate that they're lying about their stolen credit card, actually traveled to Detroit and shopped at a drag shop and are secretly trans and covering it up and lying about it and trying to defraud Visa. That would be a 10. That's a solid 10 out of 10. You, Visa. It goes to an 11 if you're actually jokingly accusing the person of it, but also it's a joke. That's an 11. I honestly hope that person had the recording reviewed by their boss and were fired. So check out the link in the description to get a much better card from a much better company with much better benefits and go get your free $50. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe because I'm going to report on every single disaster related to Wizards of the Coast because I really hate them as a company, along with literally everybody else. Their entire customer base. That's all. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.